hello. So, just thought I'd, you know, I'm not the most consistent at this, but I'm hopefully gonna stick to doing this a bit more. But basically, I just want to jump on it. There's been quite a lot of gaming stuff coming in the news. Some really good, some quite bad. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to sort of jump on. I know this is a really random game to play in for it, but cozy game, cozy Sunday game, sitting around, driving around, crashing into things. But yeah, I just wanted to. There's a few things I want to talk about. I'm going to start off with some bad stuff, which was the very recent news that apparently this game that Bluepoint have obviously been working on. It turns out it was a God of War online live service game. Don't know why Sony thought that was a good idea, but hey ho. So yeah, I'm going to start off with that, chatting about that, and then yeah, talk about the Switch 2, which is the happier news. It looks really good. I'm excited for that. And then I'm also going to talk about the Xbox, is it developer showcase? Which I'm really excited for, and I've got some ideas. What I hope the little secret game is will reveal on that. But yeah. Anyway, so let me just get into how talk and multitask basically with this, but we'll see. So what I might do a scenario. I just want a free big square that says free roam. Right. Let's start off. Yeah, let's just go grid map. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. On. Cool. Yeah, like this news has just come out recently. It's to be honest, I'm absolutely baffled. I don't know what PlayStation are doing, to be honest. This live service thing has really baffled me. I need to turn my game down. Right. Right. I just had to sort out my volume, but I think I'm all good now. Right. So yeah, God of War live service game. What the hell, PlayStation?
Amateur hour.
Like seriously, Bluepoint, really? Yeah, I'm completely baffled. You know, this whole time we've not really known what Bluepoint have been working on. You know, I've had some theories of exciting things that I thought they might be doing, and you know, this Bluepoint have made. I haven't played it. I really want to. The Demon Souls remake. Apparently, it's still one of the best looking games out there. On the PlayStation 5 at the moment. And it was a launch title. Crazy. And then obviously they did the Shadow of the Colossus remake as well, which was I have played and that is extremely good. And you know, I felt like when Sony when PlayStation bought them, well yeah, so yeah, when Sony bought them, I thought, hell yeah, we're gonna get like some sick remakes. You know, they're set. Just keep remaking what the obviously like Naughty Dog and that aren't gonna remake Jak and Daxter, for example. So get Bluepoint to do it. You know, easy win. Everyone would love that.
That's simple.
You know, even Uncharted 1 maybe. You know, make it look really next gen. Things like that. You know, they're easy wins. And I feel like you wouldn't even need to put that many resources in. You know, they probably make some decent profit off those. But no, this live service hype that Sony thinks is just going to print money turned out to actually lose them a lot of money. But yeah, this recent news that they were apparently working on a God of War live service is really baffling to me. Because I don't know if you remember that God of War Ascension had I think it was God of War Ascension had an online mode. You know, that didn't work out. So I'm very concerned why they thought that this would be like out of all of the IP to have a live service. God of War is the last on the. You know, even like an Uncharted would work better. I mean, the Uncharted multiplayer I thought was actually really cool. But yeah, there's a weird tone to the games industry at the moment. I'm starting to not be as excited. It's just not what it used to be, you know, when we had E3 and we had all these sick announcements, and now it's like live service this, live service that, cancel this, cancel that. this is broken, this is buggy. You know, I don't know. It's just not the industry I used to love, but I'm hoping it's just a phase and we'll come out of it the other side. But yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes concepts you hear about and you go, God, why were they doing that for? Oh, God of War. Why were they going to do that? You know, how's that going to work? Maybe they could have proved us wrong when it came out, but obviously not, because they've obviously cancelled it because it probably wasn't working. Maybe it was obviously after this whole Concord fiasco, they've probably got a bit scared. Obviously, God of War's an IP that is, but yeah, very, very odd, especially when you think that I think of, first thing I think of God of War is just now amazing single player story, Kratos, Atreus. You know, that's what you think of now, and trying to use that world for live service games a bit, to me, is a bit cheap. It's like, come on, you don't need that. And also on the side of these live service games, which I'm very baffled why Sony had so many of these in the works. I mean, they had Concord, obviously, which was a failure. Had this God of War from Bluepoint. They've got, I remember there's another one, isn't there? I forget what it's called, like a heist one. That's in the works apparently. Um, they've got a Horizon one, haven't they? I think, I don't know if it's a live service, but they've got a Horizon multiplayer game in the works apparently. Well, and it's, I sit there and I think, how is everyone gonna have the time to be playing these and putting the time and money into? Fortnite takes over a lot of that, and Call of Duty as well. If you're gonna start churning out multiple, like, let's say for example Concord did kick it off, and then PlayStation were later down the line going to bring out a God of War one. How do they expect these players to have the time to put the effort into these different live service games? Yeah, it's very, very odd planning from Sony's side. And to be honest, I think this. Obviously, I'm not totally correct on this, but it's just speculation. But this Jim Ryan leaving, for retirement, doesn't want to travel anymore. To be honest, I think it might have been a decision that was made. I think all of this is the aftermath of his decision making. I completely forgot when I was listening off the other live service, the Naughty Dog one that got announced as well. The Last of Us. And what annoys me more about that is the fact that the whole point of the Last of Us multiplayer, it was an accident of how good it was. Like the original. I used to love playing that. The little, what was it? 5v5, wasn't it? Wasn't it a lot smaller arena base? It was all about crouching and hiding from players, and it was just good. And I think it was totally by accident that it was going to be good. And I think nowadays, all the hype from Fortnite, a lot of these companies are trying to make Fortnite, but people have to remember that Fortnite was also an accident. I don't think they thought that Fortnite was ever going to be. I remember me and my brother used to play when it was originally the horde mode, the zombie where you build a base. And again, it just wasn't. I don't think they expected it to be what it is now, and I don't think anyone would. And the issue is they're all chasing this money printing service, and I just don't think it's ever going to work. Bullshit. But yeah, I know I've waffled a bit, and I'm quite distracted by this drive. But I just think, yeah, I just think it's a bit of an odd one. And what I'm hoping out of all this is the reason why they're cancelling these is because they've decided this isn't the way forward. This isn't what we want to be doing. Let's go back, and let's go back to our roots of really high quality single player games. Let's focus on that. Hopefully Bluepoint will now move on to something else. They don't all get sacked. And later down the line, then we could see a Jack and Daxter remake. And to be honest, I don't. The easy win would have been, instead of doing a multiplayer, why the hell were they not making a God of War 1 remake? Come on, like easy. Well, probably not easy. I'm not a developer. It's probably very hard to do. But come on, money maker right there. We want to see old Kratos again in that next gen look. Come on, I want to see it. Yeah. God, that Valhalla DLC was so good though, wasn't it? And he's played it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about on that front. Shitty news, but yeah, hopefully we see Bluepoint again in the next 6 years when PlayStation 6 is out and it's a God of War remake or Jack and Daxter remake. Yeah. So yeah, on the next point is then just talking about the Switch 2. Switch 2 finally got shown after all the thousands of leaks. And again, it brings on to my point of, the annoyance of the games industry at the moment. The fact that, you can't get excited for anything anymore. Everything either gets spoiled for you or it gets cancelled. And it's just a bit of a shame, really. Because I do think that a lot of people are a bit, normally when a Nintendo announces something, it's it's new. Nintendo do wacky stuff. And yeah, the Switch 2 just looks like a Switch 2. It looks like the Switch. To be honest, it looks very much like the Steam Deck. Bad thing. To be honest, I'm quite surprised when you think. I always think of Nintendo as more kids. It's at the end of the day, Mario is for kids, really, isn't he? But at the same time, I've grown up with that character, and I think Nintendo know that. And this console looks to me, it looks really modern. It looks a lot, they've kind of taken the color away. I know they'll probably release, colorful Joy-Cons later down the line, but the actual machine itself looks a lot more sleek and modern and more mature in a way, which is quite interesting. But then, I just think that's probably the best way to get it across to many audiences as possible. But yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, there's not much to go on by it. It was just basically a little showcase of the machine itself. So there wasn't really any. I know, obviously, we got the Mario Kart announcement, which I was really hyped for. God, I think I was bloody still at college. I think when Mario Kart 8 came out. People have to remember we didn't even have a new Mario Kart when the Switch came out. It was just a remake of the old one. So I have a feeling that crash. I have a feeling that this Mario Kart is, because when it first got shown in that video, I did think, it doesn't really look. At first, I thought, is it? Are they just adding more maps to Mario Kart 8? But no, it looked like the same engine. I didn't think the graphics looked that much different, but I think it's going to be a case of once it's on your TV, you will really notice. And I think the art style is definitely, a lot more updated. And I think I've seen some close-up shots as well, and you can tell that there's more polygons going on. The steering wheel's a lot smoother, so it definitely looks a lot better. But I think with Nintendo, what I'm loving, and I wish, these AAA games did more of, where it's less about the graphics and more about, the functionality of the actual game itself. It's like the Breath of the Wild motto, isn't it? Where, Breath of the Wild obviously looks fantastic, but it's stuck on, Nintendo hardware that, it has to. Holy shit, that's a lot of rules. It's stuck on that. And it you look at Breath of the Wild and you think, oh wow, it does look, it's lovely. But it's all art style, isn't it? All how that looks. But from a power point of view, draw distance isn't the best. Obviously, the draw distance is decent, but it's not. It's not The Witcher or anything like that. But it's the physics, isn't it? It's how everything works and how you think outside the box. Solve things, because everything's physics based and it's all a puzzle. And that's what I love. I prefer stuff like that. I'd take really bad graphics, but like sick physics. Because my dream is to have. I know this is really obscure, but I want a War of the Monsters, right? But don't worry about how good it looks. Just give me that destructible environment. Like, can you imagine? The graphics aren't super good. They do the job. It looks nice. It looks sharp, but you don't have to worry too much about it. But it's just dumb fun, throwing monsters around, smashing buildings, and the destructible environment is like ridiculous. That's the sort of stuff that I really like. And to be honest, I think that's why everyone loves Helldivers 2. To be honest, I know that I've completely changed, going all over the place here, but I think you find that's why Helldivers 2 is so popular, because it's the way it plays. It's to be honest, it still looks amazing. It really does, but it's not, it's not groundbreaking how good it looks. I think the art style itself lends a lot to that, because sometimes you look out and the sunrise and things like that looks incredible, and the mist, volumetric fog going through like the forest and does look incredible. but it's the way that game plays. It's physics, the random events that you can create with your mates. That's the sort of stuff that people enjoy. And yeah, that's what I hope Mario Kart is going to be. It's going to be. I mean, it looks like we've got 24 players now, which is going to be ridiculous. God knows what sort of items you're going to get when you're 24th, just plowing through everyone to get to the front with a bullet bill. But it looks like it's going to be bigger from what I can see. Like the map looks big. I'm wondering if it could be like Diddy Kong Racing. A bit more of a hub world potentially. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. And to be honest, I'm just excited just for a new Oh god, that was awful. I'm just genuinely really excited for a new generation of just Nintendo software. 3D Mario. There's rumors that there's been rumors, isn't there, for a bit that the Odyssey team, Mario Odyssey team, have been actually working on a Donkey Kong game, which I'm sold. I'm in. I missed 3D Donkey Kong. I mean, I do like the side-scroll Donkey Kong Country and Tropical Freeze. Very difficult, but I mean, I'm one of these people that loved Donkey Kong 64. There's a lot of people that don't really like that because it's collectathon, but, I'm a Banjo-Kazooie fan, so Rare made that and I was sold on it. I loved all the boss fights and all that. It was great. But yeah, obviously, 3D Mario will obviously be, and if it is a Donkey Kong, awesome. Metroid, Metroid Prime. I love Metroid Prime. I remember as a kid playing that on GameCube. Oh god, I was so obsessed with those games. It's just something nostalgic about those games to me. So seeing a new one, that trailer they showed, which was clearly running on a Switch 2, but potentially it could be backwards compatible with the first one as well. But I imagine probably not. I mean, that did get delayed quite a bit, didn't it? Yeah, so obviously a new one of that. Yeah, obviously next Zelda. Love to see what that's going to look like on next gen hardware on the Switch. Oh my god. Yeah. Trying to think what else we could get. I mean, I'm not. I suppose. Yeah, I can't really think of too much else that it's just all the every time a Nintendo console comes out, you just get excited for all the because it's like an event, isn't it? A 3D Mario I put on the same, obviously not the same level as Grand Theft Auto 6 that's hopefully coming out this year. I still think that's way more of a gaming event than a 3D Mario, but it's still a 3D Mario launch day is like just a fun day, isn't it? You're just like, because there's just nothing like a 3D Mario to me. Like when me and my brother went to the midnight launch of Mario Odyssey. It's great. And again, I just miss that sort of. We don't get enough of that anymore with gaming. Because like I say, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes, it's gonna be ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, continuing on. But yeah, I mean, onto that. Could Grand Theft Auto 6 be on the Switch? I'm not quite sure. I don't think probably. I mean, they obviously didn't put it on the release, so probably not. But could we see Grand Theft Auto 5 be re-released? To be honest, I couldn't believe that Grand Theft Auto 5 was never put on the Switch. GTA 4 as well. I mean, could we see Rockstar potentially do, could we potentially see Rockstar make something for Nintendo specifically, like Chinatown Wars? But yeah, it's just all exciting though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm very excited. Could we see a next generation of, it'd be interesting to see like the gimmick of the like Nintendo always have some sort of gimmick. It looks like it might be the mouse controls, which from what I've heard is could it be that we're gonna have a Mario Paint later down the line, which I'd be quite excited for as being a somewhat of a designer. So that'd be cool. But yeah, flips here. Yeah, like I say, I don't want to keep waffling on, but I'm just excited. Like I say, there's not really much to talk about, bearing in mind that it didn't get showed too much. It was just the console itself and then Mario Kart. But it's just exciting, just generation into. One thing I do, which sort of ties into the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the Xbox the Xbox developer showcase. I just want Banjo-Kazooie, and all this Xbox talk of them bringing, they're gonna start bringing their games to pretty much everything. If they do hurry up and finally make a new Banjo-Kazooie, or even remake the first one, another easy win that they could just do. Could yeah, I want it on. I want to play it on a Switch. That's where Banjo-Kazooie should be played on. It should be played on Nintendo hardware, and yeah, it'd just be the dream, wouldn't it? Be so cool. But yeah, so that moves me on to the next topic, and that's the Xbox developer showcase. So yeah, they're going to show off. To be honest, I haven't really looked too much of the other stuff. I'm just mainly want to talk about Doom: The Dark Ages because I'm super hyped for that game. I loved Doom Eternal. I've got a video previously on it talking about it. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be really good. It's about time. Was it? I think it's gonna be like 5-6 years since we've. Was it 5 years potentially since we played Doom Eternal? And yeah, I'm just can't wait. From the looks of it, he's got bloody shield that's a chainsaw that you can throw, which hopefully it would be cool if it sort of works like Kratos' axe, where you pull it back and bounce it off enemies, things like that. I mean, Captain America shield or something, look really cool. And the way that those games flow and play, that's gonna be really cool to do. Yeah, I'm just really hyped. The only thing that I'm a bit skeptical of is obviously this whole Mick Gordon situation, because I love the music in Doom Eternal. Listen to it every time I go for a run, working out. Still listen to that playlist. So I just hope. I did play the DLC for Eternal, and I'm pretty sure the people that did the music for this game, I think, were the same people that did the music for that. And but again, it was more. It did the job, but it's not to me as memorable as what Mick Gordon can produce. So that's the only thing that sort of tower me a bit, but again, it's not it's not going to turn me off at all or anything. I'm still going to play it. So at the end of the day, it's all about the gameplay. But yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages. Look forward to that. Hopefully we get a release date, and hopefully it's not too long. I predict it's probably going to be October, I'd say. Or it will just be holiday. It'll just Christmas. But I predict probably October. For that, hoping not. I'm hoping earlier, potentially like May or something, but I doubt. But yeah, cool. But I suppose there's a lot of these games trying to stay away from Grand Theft Auto 6, so I think they're all just waiting and hoping it gets delayed into the new year, and then they can all start getting their release dates out. But yeah, that's gonna be good. Like I say, to be honest, I haven't really checked the other games they're showing. Actually, I should probably do that right. South of Midnight, yeah, that's gonna be cool to see because I'm really excited for that. It looks like an old school, an old school sort of platform with a really, really cool art style. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, so I'll be interested to see, what they're gonna show of that, and then obviously release date. That release date could be quite soon, to be honest, if they're showing that. But yeah, that looks like a really cool sort of old school type platforming sort of game. Looks quite linear, which will sort of it's cozy sort of game to play. So yeah, that'll be exciting to see. And then I'm not too sure what Standful Interactive that is. I'm not totally certain what that game's going to be all about, but yeah, I just really want to talk about this question mark they've got on there. My dream would be that that's Banjo-Kazooie. I'm wondering if Toys for Bob might be making that, if they are. Or I've heard a lot of people talk about, could it be Double Fine? Yeah, could it be Double Fine that are potentially working on a Banjo-Kazooie? I probably thought that, I've heard a lot of people talk about it could be. But I don't necessarily fit that team with a Banjo-Kazooie, to be honest. Um, I've played Psychonauts and I do really like it. It's just I feel like I suppose it does sort of fit in a way. Like the humor's quite there. But yeah, I don't know why Xbox just won't do it. I just think it's an easy win just to bring a Banjo-Kazooie out, especially the thing I just hope for is obviously all this Astrobot hype. You know, that game got Game of the Year, and at the end of the day, it's a platformer, and you know, Banjo-Kazooie is a platformer, and I just think Xbox have been scared that it won't, you know, the hype's not there for it. But God, do you remember when he was revealed to be in bloody Smash? It was probably the best character reveal out there. You know, all the videos of people going to hype for it. I just don't know why they still haven't done, you know, at least just a remake. You know, just test the waters like Sony did with Crash Bandicoot. You know, just test the waters. You know, if it doesn't sell too well, maybe not. But then at least those people have a really nice remake or remaster of Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah, that's what my dream is that it's going to be, but it's probably not. I think a lot of the rumors coming out that it's going to be the Oblivion remake, which, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm just kind of fatigued with all these open world RPG sort of games, so I just want on new games, to be honest. I just want, you know, a little bit linear experiences at the moment. That's what I'm sort of itching for. I think some people have said that it could be Resident Evil 9, which, you know, I'd be all up for. I'd love it if they do that. The only thing I will say about that is Resident Evil's normally shown at Sony stuff, but, you know, Xbox have got a good morale with Xbox at the moment. And the only other thing I would say is I think they're just waiting. Capcom are waiting for Monster Hunter Rise to come out, and they're going to show off anything Resident Evil related. But yeah, it could even be the Gears, but I think it did say it was going to be new, so potentially not Gears because they did show a trailer for that. And I think this is a little bit small for a reveal like that, which points me to a little bit more of why it could be Banjo-Kazooie. But you know, only time will tell. But yeah, that's on January the 23rd, so I'll definitely be tuning into that. I'll probably, to be honest, I'll probably watch it and get video up for that as well. But yeah, this gameplay I know is not being the best, but yeah, I just wanted to waffle on about the recent stuff. I'm definitely going to try and keep consistent with this. I know I keep saying this and I don't. Sorry, I'm dying. But yeah, that's just me, my thoughts on the waffling about this news and playing a bit of BeamNG. I might do some videos playing this game because I do love it. It's just a cozy game. Look at these rolls. This is the damage I want to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe not this good because you know, you're smacking into something. Right. But something like this. Again, physics. Physics in games. Make them less pretty. Make them more mechanical. That's what I want. But yeah, thanks for listening if you have been. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.